In this bulletin, police stop work at construction site. Curfew relaxation for essential businesses. And McCoy, an area of concern. Fijians in the Nasinu area were the first to receive their food ration packs yesterday afternoon. Deliveries were made to families in McCoy, Narere, Kalambu, Koro, Langere, Moanikoso, and Navosai. The Economy Ministry says thousands of requests were received through the *161# helpline once it was activated at 12 p.m. yesterday. Kelly Vadala reports.
The Suvarnasori lockdown area was divided into 11 zones to ease distribution.
Our teams have already loaded the food rations into the vehicles, and now once the data is coming in, there's a team working from home. The Ministry of Economy team is working from home in terms of cleaning the data.
The assistance was timely for these Nasinu residents, and for many this essential will last until Wednesday.
I am grateful for the rations. I had dialed the helpline after midday, but I didn't know they were going to come because it's getting late. My family were depending on the ration to help us last for the next 2 days.
100 civil servants and 40 vehicles have been dedicated to distributing food ration packs in the Suvarnasori lockdown area. The Economy Ministry says it has to carefully analyze the data received to ensure requests are genuine.
There will be certain families whereby 2 or more applications will come in, and we need to just deliver food ration 1 per family.
The Ministry of Economy's acting permanent secretary, Shiri Gander, had earlier highlighted that they have sufficient food packs to distribute, as this is a demand-driven initiative. The ministry is urging the public to be genuine and honest with their request, as rations should only go to those who genuinely need it. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Businesses deemed essential can now qualify for movement passes during the 24-hour curfew and lockdown in the Suvarnasori corridor. Permanent Secretary for Commerce Shaheen Ali says they are working with the Health Ministry and the Fiji Police Force to ensure essential services continue through this pandemic. He says they are trying their best to ensure businesses such as selected manufacturing and emergency services are able to safely operate while keeping employees, clients, and the Fijian population safe. The ministry has been in regular discussions with stakeholders to see how best commerce and trade-related activities, which are also essential at this time, can continue. A dedicated team has been set up to assess applications, approve movement passes, as well as business operations in line with the health protocols. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says Fijian villagers and their leaders need to be recommended for playing their part in the fight against COVID-19 cases. With cases rising almost daily, Bainimarama says he is saddened by those in towns and cities who continue to disregard the safety measures. Details with Josiah Nanunga.
The Prime Minister says it's come to his attention that Fijians in the Suva and Nosori areas are not taking the outbreak seriously and have disregarded all advice.
The difference can be seen with Rokotuis and Turanganikorus, who took a safer approach and put measures that has so far protected every village in the country.
Bainimarama says those in the current lockdown zone need to start listening to avoid facing the catastrophic outcome which other parts of the world are experiencing.
Sacrifices and listening to advice will save lives and avoid Fiji having mass burial and cremation. Those who continue to break the health advisory and put the nation at risk will be dealt with by the law.
Nawamangi village elder Apaitiana Reki says they've imposed a total lockdown in the community and they will not receive any visitors.
Even though Singatoka is still a non-containment zone, but we will not let our guard down. We will continue with our fight and ensure the virus does not spread to our community. We will always support whatever decision the Health Ministry will impose to protect our community.
Bainimarama says the police and military have his full support in taking to task all those who continue being disobedient. Anyone caught out during curfew without a pass will be arrested, charged and taken to court. Chosay Nanunga, FBC News.
Makoi is an area of concern for the Fiji police as it continues to beef up operations during the 4-day lockdown in the Suvarnasori corridor. Acting Commissioner of Police Rusiati Tundravu says officers are closely monitoring the area on foot and using drones to ensure Fijians comply with restrictions. Chosay Nanunga reports the area is considered a red zone for COVID-19 due to the behavior of some residents.
Day 2 of lockdown. Streets in this red zone area are empty with heightened surveillance from police.
We are also mindful when arresting people because we do not know if they are carrying the virus or not. So our protocols too is there when we come and effect arrest on people.
There are what we call red zones that we have identified based on behavior. And those are the ones that will have focused policing. We will actually put in place stronger measures for those areas.
Tundravu maintains that they've set aside a task force for COVID operations and those that will man routine operations to ensure their service are not disrupted.
Within our 12 hours, we almost have 1,000 police officers that are already across the country. And we have our reserves that are on standby. So we'll top up that up with the Suvarnasori. So another 100 or more, between 100 and 200 police officers will again top up those that are already there.
This 4 days lockdown has allowed the Health Ministry to thoroughly carry out its contact tracing, swabbing and screening efforts in a bid to contain the spread of COVID-19. Chosay Nanunga, FBC News.
The Ministry of Transport has set up protocols for trucks and cargo on inter-island services. All vessel operators must allow designated trucks to board the vessel, and only these drivers will be allowed to move cargo and trucks from the vessel. Seafarers and shore-based workers have been urged to ensure that precautionary measures are taken, including wearing of PPEs and to practice social distancing. The Health Ministry is working with the Fiji Police Force to ensure these strict measures are enforced and any breaches will be dealt with accordingly. BIFC acknowledges frontline workers. Stay with us. Olympic gold medal winning captain Osia Kolinisau has encouraged young Fijians to never look back when an opportunity presents itself. Kolinisau, who plays for All Glory DC in the Major League Rugby competition, left Fiji to pursue his rugby dream in the United States. About 12 Fijians are currently in the US playing in the MLR tournament.
I'd rather take the opportunity than you regret it later. And I know there's a lure to play for Fiji and look at the bigger picture and take the opportunity once it presents itself. There's a lot of opportunities after rugby.
Bar football officials continue to support its staff and players during these trying times. With most clubs having to cut their budget to stay afloat and keep paying its members, the BIFC has also had their share of sacrifices. Club President Reinald Kumar says they are proud that some of their players are frontliners and are also helping fight the virus.
Well, just to be careful, keep your hands sanitized, keep wearing a mask. I know it's very hard to avoid exposure, especially being on the front line, but they should also be grateful that they have a full-time employment at the moment, whereas so many people in Fiji don't. So.
Leicester City defeated Chelsea 1-0 to win the FA Cup for the first time in their history at Wembley. Yuri Tillemans produced one of the great FA Cup final goals to give Leicester City the trophy. Fiji's very own Micah Sivo scored a try for the Parramatta Eels to help them secure a win against Warriors 34-18 at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane yesterday. Taking a look at the weather, cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts of the interior of the Lijah Islands. Elsewhere, mostly cloudy conditions with possible afternoon showers. That's FBC Morning News. Join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good morning.